Have you ever wished you could understand what someone is really thinking when you talk to them? Imagine having the power to decode someone's thoughts like a superhero. While it may seem like a fantasy, there are actually ways to read someone's body language and get a better understanding of what's going on in their mind. By learning how to interpret nonverbal cues, you can avoid dangerous situations, identify deceitful people, and unlock countless other benefits. In this video, we'll share with you some valuable tips and signs to help you decode the body language of others like a pro. Get ready to elevate your communication skills and become a master of nonverbal cues. If you are new here, subscribe for more social psychology videos and leave a comment below saying I subscribed. I will try my best to reply to as many comments as possible. Let's start. Number 10. Pay attention to eye contact. When someone is lying, they often avoid making direct eye contact with the person they're speaking to. They will look away continually or focus their gaze on something else, such as their phone or the floor. For example, imagine you ask your friend if they broke your favorite mug and they start looking around the room instead of looking you in the eye. It could be a sign that they're not telling the truth. Of course, this is just one example, but it's important to keep in mind that eye contact can be a major indicator of lying. So always be aware of how the person you're talking to is behaving and keep an eye out for any suspicious behavior. Number 9. Facial expressions. A liar may have a tense, strained facial expression, or they may overcompensate with exaggerated facial expressions to appear sincere. For instance, they may force a smile or furrow their brows more than usual. Paying attention to facial expressions can be a powerful tool for detecting lies. Imagine your partner telling you they had a great time at a party they attended alone, but as they're telling you, you notice that their smile doesn't quite reach their eyes. Their facial expression looks forced and insincere, which could be a sign that they're not telling the truth. Alternatively, imagine you're interviewing someone for a position, and they claim to have a particular skill set. As they're describing their skills, you notice that their eyebrows furrow and their forehead wrinkles, which don't match up with the confidence they are portraying. This could be a sign that they are not being truthful about their abilities. Number 8. Body language. A liar will show a lot of body language signals that scream that they are lying. You just have to notice them. These signals can include things like crossing their arms or legs, touching or covering their mouth, or leaning away from you while speaking. Additionally, a person who is lying does not show natural body language or uses too many gestures to appear more convincing. For example, they may be speaking very clearly while using excessive hand gestures that seem out of place. These behaviors can be an indicator that they're trying too hard to appear truthful and are therefore being deceptive. It's important to pay attention to the various body language signals that a person displays, as they can provide valuable information about whether or not they're telling the truth. Number 7. Changes in vocal pitch. Changes in vocal pitch can be a telltale sign that someone is lying. When a person is lying, their vocal cords can become tense, causing their voice to sound different than when they're telling the truth. They may also experience changes in their breathing patterns, leading to noticeable changes in their voice. For example, if someone is telling a lie, their voice may become higher in pitch, or they may speak in a more monotone or robotic tone. Alternatively, they may lower their pitch or speak in a quieter voice as a way of trying to sound more sincere or convincing. Another example of changes in vocal pitch can be seen in someone who is nervous or anxious about being caught in a lie. They may hesitate or stutter while speaking, or their voice may crack or break when trying to deliver a lie. Overall, changes in vocal pitch can be a subtle yet powerful indicator that someone is not being truthful. Paying attention to these changes, along with other nonverbal cues, can help you determine whether someone is being honest or deceitful. Number 6. Sweating or blushing. When someone steals something and is confronted about it, lying can trigger physical responses such as sweating or blushing. Sweating may be noticeable on their forehead, underarms, or palms, while blushing can cause the cheeks and face to turn red due to increased blood flow. For example, if an employee is accused of stealing money from the cash register, they may start to sweat excessively or blush when denying their involvement. However, it's important to note that these physical responses alone are not definitive proof that someone is lying. It's essential to look for other signs of lying, such as avoiding eye contact, providing vague or inconsistent answers, or appearing overly defensive. Number 5. Restless behavior. Restless behavior is one of the signs that someone is lying, and there are various examples of this. When someone is lying, they may feel uneasy and uncomfortable, and their body may reflect this through restless behavior. For instance, if you're an employer interviewing a job candidate and they're lying about their experience or qualifications, they may start to shift around in their chair, play with their hands or clothes, or even scratch their head. These restless behaviors could be a sign that they're lying or trying to hide something. However, it's important to note that restless behavior alone is not a definitive sign that someone is lying. Some people are naturally restless or fidgety, and their behavior may not be related to lying. It's also possible that someone may feel nervous or agitated for other reasons, such as stress or anxiety. Therefore, it's essential to look for other signs of lying as well. Number 4. Excessive grooming. Excessive grooming is a body language sign that may indicate someone is lying. When people feel anxious about lying, they may unconsciously try to comfort themselves through grooming behaviors, such as smoothing their hair, straightening their clothes, or adjusting their jewelry. However, excessive grooming can be a red flag that someone is trying to hide something or divert attention away from their lying. For example, if a coworker is asked if they complete a project on time and is lying, they may start adjusting their tie or combing their hair more frequently than usual. Similarly, if a partner is asked if they have been in contact with an ex-partner and they are lying, they may start fussing with their clothing or jewelry to distract from their deception. Excessive grooming is not always a sign of lying, but when combined with other signs of lying, it can be a valuable clue. Number 3. Overly defensive behavior. Overly defensive behavior is another sign that someone may be lying. When people are lying, they may feel vulnerable or exposed, which can make them defensive and resistant to questioning. As a result, they may become argumentative, dismissive, or even aggressive in an attempt to deflect suspicion or avoid further scrutiny. For example, if a colleague is asked about discrepancies in their expense reports and they are lying, they may become defensive and accuse their coworker of being overly critical or nitpicky. Similarly, if a partner is asked about their whereabouts the previous night and they are lying, they may become defensive and accuse their partner of being overly jealous or controlling. Number 2. Micro-expressions. Another sign that someone may be lying is the presence of micro-expressions, although they can be tricky to pick up on. These fleeting facial expressions are quick and involuntary reactions that can reveal a person's true emotions, even if they are trying to hide them. For instance, if someone is lying and feels guilty, they may quickly display a look of fear or sadness before regaining their composure. Alternatively, if they look angry or frustrated about being questioned, they may briefly show a look of disgust or contempt. Although micro-expressions are very subtle and short-lived, they can be a powerful tool in detecting deception if you're able to recognize and interpret them. With practice and training, it is possible to become better at detecting micro-expressions, which can help you spot lies more easily. Number 1. Asking the same question multiple times. When people lie, they may give inconsistent or contradictory answers to the same question, which can be a sign of lying. To catch them in the act, you can ask the same question in different ways or at different times to see if their response changes. If you're suspicious that your friend is lying about having plans on a particular night, you ask them, "Are you free to hang out next Friday night?" And they respond, "No, I'm sorry, I already have plans." However, you're still not convinced, so you ask the same question a few days later. "What are you doing next Friday night?" This time they respond with, "Oh, I'm not sure yet, I might have plans." The inconsistency in their responses could be a sign that they're lying about their availability, and you may want to ask more questions or investigate further to get to the truth. To sum up, while detecting lies through body language and verbal cues can be useful, it's important to use these techniques with caution and only when necessary. No single sign is foolproof, but understanding the signs of lying can help improve communication and lying detection skills. Now, you need to watch the recommended video that you see on the screen right now. It will show you 14 body language signs someone secretly likes you. Make sure to watch it now. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching.